Good morning, good morning. How are we all doing? Excellent. Welcome to day 3 of Ignite. I appreciate you could be anywhere else this morning, but you chose to come here. So thank you for coming along. My name is James Bell. I'm a Director of Product Marketing in our modern work organization with a focus of driving strategic initiatives for Microsoft 365. Our session today is focused on empowering IT admins with the latest Microsoft 365 innovation. So if you're a Microsoft 365 admin or just want to learn more about how to drive innovation in Microsoft 365, this session is definitely for you. Today, we're going to cover off 4 key areas. First, we'll look at how we're helping support the ever-changing role of IT in the era of AI. Then, we'll walk through our plans to transform administrative experiences in the admin centers you use today. We'll showcase improvements in foundational Microsoft 365 experiences that all IT admins should be aware of. And finally, we'll wrap with Q&A. Sound good? All right. Well, with that, let's get started. So at Microsoft, we know that IT admins are the backbone of a healthy and productive organization. You play a crucial role that goes far beyond keeping the lights on. You're expected to maintain and improve business-critical processes with no downtime, whilst also leading the way for your organization's IT strategy, advocating for new tooling and products that provide a competitive edge. This all happens while protecting your organization from threats and maintaining a focus on compliance. We take this weight of demand on you really seriously. And we're constantly trying to support and simplify the ever-evolving range of tasks that IT need to do to be successful. This slide shows just a snippet of some of the features and enhancements we've introduced in the last few years to continually provide more flexibility and granular controls to help you address the challenges you've been tackling. To meet you where you are in this evolving landscape, we listen intently to the feedback and signals we get from you and incorporate that into our products. We hear your calls for greater simplification and the need for more consolidation to keep you in the flow of your work. We understand the need for more personalized data and insights to help your decision-making and the desire to have tasks become automated. We're working on some transformative administrative experiences, always evolving our dashboards and data insights that we surface, and finding more ways to streamline processes you need to execute to do your job. We want to underscore our perspective is that IT is critical to your business success, and we want to make sure that Microsoft is a champion of IT and a good partner to you all. This is why we're excited to be here today, to share the exciting updates and investments we're making specifically for the IT audience. Now, I'd like to hand it over to Jed Brown, who will walk you through some of the transformative administrative experiences coming soon to Microsoft 365.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, James. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night for those online. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really excited to be here back at Ignite, sharing the amazing things that we're doing for you, for our IT, and our admins. I'm really excited to walk through what the team has been working on this last year. For some of you who were here last year, you saw an early preview into some of the work that we're doing. So we're really excited to be here once again, to be able to go through everything that has changed and what's coming up real soon for you. And so with that, I have a lot that I want to demo. But for those who were here last year, you saw a sneak peek into some of the Copilot work that we're doing specifically for IT and the IT audience and admins throughout the M365 admin centers. And so we're really excited to carry that forward. I'm going to walk through some of the demos. But before we get there, I wanted you to be aware that the bulk of what you'll be seeing today will be available very soon, coming this January. And these Copilot skills that are tailored for you, for the IT admins, will be available at the tenant level for all admin accounts on your tenant, as long as you have purchased a single seat of the M365 Copilot licenses. So it is included there with your value. For those who aren't familiar, the goal of M365, of Copilot for M365 admin centers is really in harnessing that value of generative AI that empowers you to focus on the most strategic opportunities and goals for your company. Our starting point is making sure that we can help optimize routine tasks that are really in the flow of your work to help you save time and really focus on the things that matter most. It's also about generating faster insights so that you get a better sense of the data that's available to you, and so we can surface that really important information and offer the right recommendations to streamline your experience. And then finally, we want to help you get more out of your purchase of 𝗦𝗲𝗀𝗃 by helping you learn more about the functionality, the configurations, and how to best maximize the value for your employees. So let's just jump straight in. I have a lot of really exciting things that the team has worked on, so I'm going to jump straight into the product. So today, when you first sign into the Admin Center, you'll see Copilot is easily accessible where you expect it on any page on the top right. But what you'll also see is here on the canvas, we've brought in directly inline on the toolbar a specific prompts and functionality, and you will see more come as the time passes by. So to get started, when I first click on this Copilot entry point, I met with the overview of the product. This is the general, welcome to this new experience. And then very soon, I'm going to see the suggestions that are available, the prompts. And since I'm just getting started with my day, I really want to get caught up on what are the latest updates. So I'm going to click on Recap here. And what we're going to see is a summarization of very important information and key insights across the various areas. And that includes service health, that includes message center, that includes experience insights, and group insights. In the past, for me to be able to know all of these things, I'd have to traverse across a whole bunch of pages across the 𝗦𝗲𝗃 admin centers to really get a sense of what's happening, to extract the information, understand what is meaningful, what actually applies to my tenant or doesn't. But now I can do all this with one click. The summarized view here includes highlighting what message posts are relevant for me. In this case, given my admin role, I only see 15 messages. You may see 50 or hundreds. We know that there are a lot. And then it's calling out which ones are very specific to my tenant that I should pay more attention to. So saving me an incredible amount of time. So now in this recap, I can also click in to see the various sections to learn more, get more information, and then ultimately turns those into action. And so at first, what I'm most curious about right now is I want to understand more about group insights. What are some of the insights that Copilot can help me with here? So let me go and click on that. And so some of these insights that are coming up, you'll see it's around ownerless groups. And I take a look at that. I also see that, it's suggesting that I create a policy. I didn't realize I didn't have a policy for ownerless groups today. There are some inactive groups. And that's a great idea. I'm going to go do that. But since I'm demoing today, I'll just take a note on the side, and I'll come back to creating that policy later on. So next, I want to see what are the latest advisories that might be impacting my users. So I'm going to click in to get a better sense of what's happening with the service health section. And so as I do that, you see there's one advisory, and that's related to SharePoint. So I'm going to click on that advisory, and that one is very specific to SharePoint Online Classic sites. And that's fine. We're moving away from those. My team's not editing these anymore, so I'm very confident that I can move on. And I have full awareness, but I'm ready to move on to the next thing. And so we realize that there has always been, and especially today, in the really rapid pace of AI, a lot to keep track of. And so we see Copilot as being there to help you and your admins really understand and focus on what's most important to the organization and save time from having to go through all these experiences across all of our surfaces to just get a sense of what is important to you or not. So today we're starting with Message Center, Group Insights, Service Health, and Experience Insights, but there are many more to come. We see this as a platform. So next up, in this next demo, I'm really interested in learning more about what's new for my tenant. What are the things that have come out this week that I'm not aware of that would really apply to my end users that I should get ahead of? And so I see a suggested prompt there, and so I'm going to click on the prompt for summarizing new features for 𝗦𝗲𝗃. So let me do that. Great. And so it's loading a summary of all the new Copilot feature updates of this past week that apply to my tenant. And so here I see that there's one for Designer in Copilot Word. And that's actually really interesting. That could be super powerful for my marketing group. And so I really want to understand, who in my marketing group have we already given 𝗦𝗲𝗃 Copilot to, so I can just go and I can ask Copilot. So I'm going to ask Copilot, I'm going to use the prompt guide here to ask who in my marketing group has a group license. Pretty straightforward, and it's helping seeding that prompt for me. And so here I'm about to see who exactly on my tenant has it already. And I can quickly validate those. I recognize some of those names. I also see there's a bulk action. I'm actually going to go and export this file because what I want to do is hand this over to my internal comms team so that they can go help drive even more adoption and usage, given some of the priorities of that organization. And so in this scenario, I'm leveraging Microsoft Graph to easily search the organization's users. It can also search additional data queries using natural language, and that's really to help simplify the reporting so we understand entirely what's going on here. So now let's say I want to understand more about Copilot usage in Word. So there's this new feature. I would really like to go add some more licenses for my marketing group and make sure that they're using this. But what does it look like overall? So next, without leaving this context or even navigating away, which would be something I would normally have to do, I can ask Copilot, show me the Copilot usage across the different apps. So I'm going to zoom in here so that we can see this a little bit better. And it's going to return a visualization showing me what the usage looks like right now on my tenant. And I think this, again, could be very useful for my marketing group. And I noticed that of the four, Word and Copilot in Word is a little bit under the rest. So now I really want to understand, OK, how many licenses do I have available? Because I think we may have used all of our licenses. So I go ask the question, and Copilot instantly returns that answer. So I have all our licenses are used. So now I'm going to ask, is there anyone not using their Copilot license? And that was one of the suggested prompts directly coming from Copilot. And so now I see these names, and I recognize, oh, these people are no longer with my company. That makes sense to me. So now I have some actions that I can take to go assign more. I'll go update very quickly with Copilot that Excel file and send it back over to my internal comms team. And so as I continue my day, I suddenly get a ping. You'll see a Teams message come in just a second from Beth. And this is regarding a priority account that is having difficulty with some external guests joining a meeting. And so I'm going to quickly ask Copilot, where do I configure Teams meeting policies? I did that a long ago. I know it's somewhere in Teams Admin Center, but to be honest, it's been a long time. And so I can go and click on that action. Where do I do this? Asking Copilot here. I got the answer, so I'm going to go click on the action. And what we'll see happen here is a new tab will open, and it takes me directly into the context of that page where this is happening in Teams Admin Center. We are super committed to providing a cohesive experience between the admin centers as part of your flow and your journey. And so what you're seeing here to reduce those gaps and repetitive experiences throughout Copilot is your full chat history appearing across the admin center so you have the full context of what you were doing, what you want to do next, without having to flip between experiences. We also understand, though, with parity, with full functionality across the different admin centers, that you want your users to have who have very specific needs in these different admin centers to have specialized experiences. So the Copilot in Teams Admin Center specifically enables today you to navigate the very array of tools, controls, and the technical documentation that is needed for administering Microsoft Teams. But it also is able to not just help you guide and navigate and find these tools, but can also be used for finding the root cause and remediation of issues that you may encounter. So in this case, Beth had a question for me, and so I'm going to go and look, like, what could be going on? And so what I see here is contextual UX, like we saw in the M365 Admin Center, around troubleshooting meeting joins. So I'm going to go ahead and go click on that prompt, and as that loads, I'm going to insert the necessary details here. And then Copilot will look through all of the team policies to determine what might be causing that issue for that priority account. And it returns with a list of checks it performed, and it found some issues, and it's suggesting some steps for me to resolve it. So today, this troubleshooting policy, what you're seeing here, it's available, and it will be available in the January release. And it is focused today on the most highly used scenarios, and we're expanding that coverage to include all of the policy configurations for Teams Admin Center as we continue to progress in this area. So looking at these details, I make a note, and I can forward this issue over to my Teams admin. But given that's a priority account, I really also want to understand, like, what other issues could be happening here for Beth. So I'm going to go navigate Teams Admin Center. I'm going to go over to the users, and I'm going to go find Beth here. So give me 1 second. Let me find Beth. So I'm going to activate her page here in the Teams Admin Center. As I have her profile up, and I see that she's had a couple of meetings, and a few of these are showing some poor call quality. So I'm going to select a meeting. As you can see, this contextual UX appears, where I can then go and choose to provide and to understand what is happening and troubleshoot that call quality. So here you see Copilot. I clicked on that, is now analyzing exactly what's happening to be able to provide what some of the root causes could be. So here you can see that poor quality was likely caused by microphone quality and high CPU usage at that time. So I'm going to take a note of that, and then I can send those recommendations over to Beth so that she has a better experience with her priority accounts moving forward. So I'm really happy. That was way easier than the ways that I had to do that in the past. And so as I move on with my day, the next set of core things that I need to do is go look at SharePoint sites and understand which ones are potentially overshared. Because for us, that next stage in our rollout of M365 Copilot is about expand that, is making sure that we address any of the concerns of our leadership team. So I have it up in the other tab. I'm going to click to move over to the SharePoint Admin Center. Give me 1 second. OK, and I see that my Copilot session persists. Same thing within Teams, same chat history, same context, right? I'm the same human, just navigating throughout these different experiences. And so Copilot in the SharePoint Admin Center is really designed to streamline the management of your SharePoint sites, allowing admins to easily search for sites by name or descriptions, and export site lists. It also can suggest tools to identify and address the concerns for oversharing for specific sites. And that's a core area that we've been focusing on with that team. So using the prompt guide, as you see, I asked Copilot to help find some overshared files. And it's able to identify and quickly return that list of sites. And that's based on the existing permissioning report that we had available. But if not, as you can see there, I could have easily asked it to go run and generate that recommended report. And so here I see that since I've already run it, I can select to view it in the data access governance page. So here, combining Copilot with the UX that I'm already familiar with. There's a ton of information here, so I can quickly ask Copilot to analyze the report and provide the patterns and the recommended actions that matter most to me. Great. Cool. So we see it recommending a site access review for all the sites related to the benefits. So let's do that. And here, Copilot clearly outlines, you've seen the site access review process, and I'm going to confirm it. It's happening now. And an automated email then will be sent out to each corresponding site owner and help them review access for some of their most used or problematic areas. Again, saving me a ton of time here. I can also ask Copilot to identify specific ones. So here I'm going to ask for any site that has the title M&A in it, because I know that those are ones that we'll be a little bit more sensitive to of who is accessing across our company. And here you can see the full list. So then here, I see additional bulk actions. And that makes it super easy to speed up my efficiency. So in this case, I'm selecting it so that I can restrict that content discovery over these set of sites that I specifically asked for. That was really easy for me to find. And that's really helping eliminate that possibility of oversharing while allowing my business to continue to move forward as if we didn't skip a beat. And again, Copilot provides a brief overview as I confirm that, and it will perform that action on my behalf with clear audit logs on Copilot on the behalf of Jed Brown in this case. So really excited about these experiences, in particular, that same flow, that same experience, that same history following me across all the different admin centers and the experiences that I'm having today. So finally, I want to see if I need to optimize my tenant level settings to prevent any of the future oversharing. So I asked Copilot, what additional settings can I adjust? So we'll see the results here in just a second, and it's going to fetch all the relevant settings that are available for my tenant. So as it checks that, it's going to check Modern, Classic UX, PowerShell, and Graph, and provides a comprehensive report here. This report would have taken hours to compile manually, as there are over 800 settings to consider on that full list. So I'm really happy that this is just a query away as part of my experience today. Hopefully these demos that we've shown here across Teams Admin Center, SharePoint Admin Center, the M365 Admin Center, has shown our commitment to helping you with a consistent, cohesive experience across your day-to-day journey and simplifying that for you. We are also making sure that we deliver on unique and differentiated value for each of your admins and their roles who are visiting these sites and as a part of their today chores. One thing I didn't mention earlier is this Copilot, this skill set is directly tied to your RBAC. So as a billing admin, I can only see the things that you would expect for me to be able to see as a billing admin, as a user admin, as a team admin. Anything you can do in the UX, it follows the exact same lines as what you would expect across the board for all of your users. OK, I'm close to the end of showing off some of the skills that we've built that we're really excited about. But I see you are all still awake and looking up, so I'm very excited. So I'm going to step back with a little bit more context. We all heard over this week from various product teams and our executives about Copilot agents, biz chat, we call business chat, and the exciting functionality that they're bringing to our world. We have built these admin scenarios and the ones that I'm about to show you on top of that exact same platform and architecture. And so we're leveraging the amazing and powerful extensibility of M365 Copilot. And that is something that actually you could go to too, with all the things that you learned today and a lot of the sessions that were recorded on how to go build some of these experiences yourself. So I'm really excited to show this next demo. So let's dig in. Great. So let's say I'm on a different work day, not here right now, and I'm working as I do normally in business chat, asking questions, coordinating a lot of experiences across my products. If you haven't used it yet, this is available across Teams, Outlook, Web, the Office app, and more. And so with the upcoming release of what we're calling the Microsoft 365 Admin Agent, and that's what you see here, and I have it pinned at the very top right, it brings the capabilities to business chat in a way that includes admin-focused value. And that's really about empowering you, empowering us to access specific admin insights and capabilities wherever it makes sense. So that's about weaving seamlessly into the overall ecosystem and your normal flow and day of work. So in this case, I was working on a PowerPoint. I've created a new chat, and I'm thinking about what's my next step here. And I'm going to show you as I engage with the M365 Admin Copilot directly from here without having to go to the admin center. I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did early on in the flow. I'm going to ask it to recap what is happening for my tenant. So directly here, without having to go to these different experiences, I'm able to receive the exact same information right here in the context of the rest of the work that I'm doing. Very similar to when Beth pinged me earlier. In a little bit, I'm going to get a Teams message that you will see. But while we wait for that, the same things, as you can see here with Message Center and Experience Insights. Oh, no. My demo just stopped. Give me 1 second. OK, I am back. As you can see here, to dig into the details, I can easily click on the call to action, go to Experience Insights, go to Message Center, and it will navigate me directly to those pages for a seamless experience. So next, assuming it doesn't freeze on me, there we go. And you might have missed it because I had a technical difficulty there. A Teams message popped up asking me about who has access from our admins to the usage data on Viva Insights. And so directly within the context, again, without having to go anywhere else, and I'm already engaged with our agent, I can directly ask that question. And that is coming directly from the admin-specific support documentation. And this would be true across M365 admin, Teams, SharePoint, et cetera, the full M365 suite. So with this agent, our goal is that IT administrators are met directly where they are with the relevant information, with the easiest way to access this, and getting them to the right places with the full UX and immersive context when that matters most. Excellent. OK. So as you can see, Copilot is there for you from the start of your days. We talked about recap, to in the midst of what I'm doing in the context of my day-to-day job, really to help me pay attention to the things that matter the most to me. These are just the start of the experiences that we're building and bringing into the admin centers. There are a lot more that I wish I had time to demo, so I'm going to do a quick showcase to walk through some of the things that are coming up, and I'll try to do that in the next 5 minutes. Great. So the first is, whether it's intelligent support when you need it via conversational guidance for any challenges or questions that you have, Copilot can help identify the type of need that you're looking for when your query is related to an open service advisory, provide troubleshooting guidance, or can even help you create a support ticket directly from the experiences that we just showed. So again, really simplifying the experience and bringing that to you. The next set is we know that today, for many of us, we rely on PowerShell scripting to help automate complex workflows. Hopefully with what you saw there with user search and group search and some of the data search, a lot of those things that you would do in PowerShell, you can now do with a simple query. But we want to do even more with that. And so we're bringing in complex workflows to extract valuable insights, reports, and help that be a part of your experience and helping you craft the perfect PowerShells for your M365 needs. So connecting between the LLM, Copilot, and you creating these scripts in ways that you would expect with something as well, something like a GitHub Copilot, to really help do that directly within the experience so you can test and make sure that it is performing to your needs. Third, Copilot can also help you easily add users to your organization using natural language. It can provide intelligent recommendations on how to best configure these users and the organizational data. And so with Copilot, onboarding new users becomes just one prompt away for those who haven't already automated those experiences. And then fourth, with Copilot, admins can start inquiring on how to diagnose and resolve their issues across products. We saw that with Teams meetings and joins as one example. In this example, you'll see a DKIM diagnostics tool, which can help admins resolve email authenticity and message integrity in Outlook. And so as we progress, we plan to build a platform of diagnostics in addition to DKIM, so that admins can resolve their issues directly here, and again, in the flow and in the context of their work. Next up, service requests. We've also heard that managing your various service requests can be a burden, and especially as your organization grows. And so with Copilot, you can easily request summaries of your service request with natural language, filtering capabilities, and that way you can ensure that you always have the latest status and updates. The fifth here is Copilot is also able to help you with your deployment journey by providing personalized guidance or recommendations throughout your Copilot journey. You saw a few examples of that with the marketing group, for example, that I did. But there's a lot more coming here as well for helping individuals and you get to the actions much faster. As we highlighted a little bit earlier, we're really excited to bring this cohesive experience across admin centers. Today we're showing the M365 Admin Center, Teams Admin Center, SharePoint Admin Center, but more will come over time as well. And we have really strong partnerships and integration points with Copilot Azure and Copilot for Security for those who are eligible. So that work will be coming as well. And then last but not least, this only cracks the surface of the full capabilities that we're working on. Today, we have over 40 different scenarios that assist in empowering you to focus on your strategic priorities, but more are on the way. The team is very heads down across all of our different groups to make sure that we make this a core part of your experience and help simplify the complex. And I already said it, but just a reminder at the very beginning, this is available starting January for any tenant that has M365 Copilot on it. And so with that, I know that was a lot. I ran through it really fast. It's been an honor to be here to show off the really hard work that the whole team did to get here. We really look forward to your feedback. We have a booth over in the Modern Workplace. It's over there by the big Copilot logo and Microsoft sign if you have any additional questions. But we still have more content, so don't go away. And with that, I'm going to ask James to come back for the next session. James.
Awesome. Nice work, sir.
Yeah.
All right, thanks a lot, Jed. So now we're going to talk about some areas that all IT admins should be aware of, not only to set up your organization for future success, but also to help unlock new collaboration, communication, and administration scenarios. Let's start by talking about extensibility. It serves as a foundation for getting more out of Microsoft 365, whether it's through plugins that connect information that is constantly updated, or indexing third-party data with graph connectors. Extensibility helps provide more relevant and actionable insights for Microsoft 365. One crucial aspect of bringing content into Microsoft 365 is maintaining security and data access controls. When implementing Microsoft Graph connectors, you map existing access control lists to objects in Microsoft 365 and enter ID, ensuring that only individuals with the right permissions can access content. And even if you aren't fully ready to deploy Microsoft 365 Copilot today, you can still take actions to set yourself up for future success, as connected data will appear in Microsoft Search and Microsoft 365 Copilot results. As you may have already seen from our extensibility blog post, now all tenants get an index of 50 million items for external data at no additional cost, which is an incredible amount of external content. Now, your content such as document repositories, knowledge bases, websites, and content management systems can all be indexed to provide relevant and actionable results in Workplace Search and in Microsoft 365 Copilot when you're ready to make the next step. And remember, there is no action required from your users at all. To make this easier for you, our IT admins, we recently released a new quick setup experience for some Microsoft Graph connectors to reduce configuration time from hours to minutes. This new experience is available for select connectors today within the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, with more coming by the end of the year. I also wanted to share some improvements we've made to interoperability with Microsoft 365. Both the Microsoft 365 Admin Center and Teams Admin Center offer a broad set of capabilities and controls to ensure that Microsoft and third-party apps are used according to your organization's needs and preferences. You can manage Copilot agents in the apps in the integrated apps section of the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Admins can enable, disable, assign, block, or remove Copilot agents from their organization and manage Copilot capabilities and data privacy. You can pin third-party apps to the left navigation rail and integrate various elements that each Microsoft 365 app supports across Outlook, Teams, and the Microsoft 365 app. You can also configure org-wide app settings to control whether users can install third-party apps, overriding any other app permission policies. Also, admins can manage app subscriptions, including activating third-party apps via the third-party publisher's portal before assigning them to users. This month, we've also released improvements to the app certification process to make it easier for you to assess and approve third-party apps. When an app gets certified, it's signaling that it's undergone an intensive security review and can be trusted with customer data. Typically, it can take 4 to 6 months to understand if an app meets enterprise trust requirements through a comprehensive evaluation process. A few weeks ago, we launched the Microsoft 365 Trust, Information, and Evidence feature in the Teams Admin Center to help speed up that process. This feature offers admins detailed ISV, self-attested privacy and security information, along with Microsoft 365 certification evidence, enabling quicker assessments of compliance and tenant security standards. Access to this information and evidence directly within the Teams Admin Center will help IT admins review application trust documents and evaluate at a much faster pace, as now they don't have to spend those cycles in collecting these trust documents from ISVs. And for those wondering, yes, this feature will soon be enabled in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. The last area I wanted to touch on is our work helping organizations that manage multiple tenants. While the single-tenant approach continues to meet requirements for many organizations, we also appreciate the need to provide a differentiated experience that respects the tenant boundary and provides the same high level of security and compliance you have come to expect. Since our GA announcement of multi-tenant capabilities, we've seen organic growth from organizations wanting to simplify collaboration, communication, and administration across the tenants they own. Organizations that have enabled MTO using the Microsoft 365 Admin Center can now search for and communicate with colleagues in a unified manner with improved people search. Every search now returns a single, accurate result, simplifying how you connect with the right colleague. With Teams, users can engage in calls, chats, and meetings across tenants without the barriers of meeting lobbies. You can now enjoy immediate access to meeting content and collaborative tools in real time. With Viva Engage, you can facilitate cross-tenant announcements and enable community interaction and campaign participation that extends beyond tenant boundaries. With Microsoft Defender XDR, you now have a single unified view of all tenants in your organization, allowing for swift incident investigation and advanced threat hunting without the need to switch between tenants. We've seen a number of customers with complex environments using MTO. Some even join over 25 tenants together within their environment. If you haven't had a look, I'd really encourage you to check out multi-tenant organizations for Microsoft 365 to see how it can help your business. As we look to wrap up, there are a few recommended sessions and links I wanted to make you aware of. From preparing your data to measuring adoption, this list will help ground you not only in Copilot, but also key recommended practices to help you get the most out of Microsoft 365. We've also included links for you to learn more about Copilot in the Admin Center, as Jed just showed, extensibility, interoperability, and MTO. One session I do recommend attending tomorrow, for those of you who are with us in Chicago, is Breakout 283, named Reimagining the Employee Experience with AI and Agents. Where we have focused today on IT admin tooling, this session will showcase the Employee Self-Service Agent, a new set of capabilities powered by Microsoft 365 Copilot to answer policy-related questions and simplify users' IT-related tasks for faster resolution, helping to improve your employee experience. This includes support for Microsoft 365 products and services, like troubleshooting and running diagnostics on devices. This has a direct impact on time and cost for IT organizations. This agent will make it easy for employees to retrieve the right information at the right time and take actions on essential HR and IT tasks without navigating to multiple tools and workspaces. My last call to action is to consider helping us drive some of the latest innovation with Microsoft 365 via our Customer Connection program. The Customer Experience team builds high-touch engagements, groups of customers working directly with engineering teams to improve and build new features and capabilities. Engagements like previews, co-development groups, focus groups, deep dives, one-on-ones, and more. We bring you into the development process, from products that begin as a concept and become tangible based on your feedback, to established products looking for feedback to polish and refine. In other words, you help design and refine our ideas, build new stuff, and get the first crack to preview features that directly shape the product. If you want to learn more, reach out to the email address on screen to submit your nomination to join the Microsoft 365 Customer Connection program. And that brings us to the end of our session. Thank you for your time. We hope you found the session useful to drive transformation with Microsoft 365 within your own organization. And now I'd like to bring Jed back on stage and open it up for Q&A. Thank you.
Good job.
All right.
There's 1, 2.
All right. We have 2 microphones at the front. If there are any questions, we're happy to take them.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks very much for a great session. Quick question on the recap feature. Is that going back a specific time, like the last day, or is it going back since my last visit to the site?
Ooh, yeah, great question. I'm sorry? The last week? They have the answer right here, yeah. Yeah, since your last visit.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yes.
Any idea when this will be available in a GCC?
Ooh, great question. Since we're built on the exact same M365 Copilot platform, once that is available, then we will be able to turn this on in the various admin centers. So I don't know how much that was talked about this week, but we can follow up with more information as well on what those dates are starting to look like. Yeah, please.
The cohesive environment in the admin centers that you are committed to providing, is that through Copilot, or is that by improving the admin centers themselves?
Yeah, great question. Both. Yes, there's a lot of work that we're doing to help make sure that there's more cohesion across our admin centers. And we see Copilot in particular as a fantastic conduit for us to be able to get there and make sure that the experiences that you're expecting, as you have specific roles and RBAC roles, that feels consistent, built by the exact same team, and so we're committed to doing both. Absolutely. Yeah, thank you for the great question.
Just to take a question online, would MTO help with cross-tenant SharePoint sites or the migration from one tenant to another?
Oh, good question. We are looking at our next set of investments at this time. So there's a number of things we're looking at to help improve all of that collaboration. I don't think we have an answer on SharePoint right now and migration, but we are definitely investing in terms of getting the next level to help our organizations there.
Mike, too. Yeah.
Yes. You have shown the Microsoft 365 Copilot experience, top right corner, across all layers. You go to SharePoint admin and Microsoft Teams admin. My question to you, will it also have a similar experience outside of admin.microsoft.com to Power Platform Admin Center, or they are different?
Oh, yeah, great question. So not today, but the way that we've built it, that is a possibility for the future. So right now we're focused on bringing the value into the M365 admin centers and to BizChat, but the way that we've built it allows for us to expand over time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, number one.
Yes. So looking at the Copilot for administrators in the Office 365 portals, that looks really cool. But I guess my question is, what's the reach for this functionality? In other words, what different kinds of portals are actually covered by it? You showcased SharePoint Online, and you showed, Teams, but does it also cover Intune, or what's simply the area that it covers?
Yeah, that's a great question. So what we focused on today was showing the work that we're doing specifically for the M365 suites. So that includes, for January, the M365 Admin Center, Teams Admin Center, SharePoint, and Exchange will follow. Separately, as you've seen, and there's booths out there, we're working with the Intune team, the Entra team, Security Copilot team, the Azure team, as there are also skills being built today. So there's a lot of work happening behind the scenes to make those experiences and cross experiences together. What we wanted to focus on today and what we're focusing on for January is really nailing the experiences for when you're in our experiences today for M365, but over time you'll see these get closer and closer. There's a little bit unique business models across those different ones as well, but as part of your eligibility, you'll see more of it connected over time.
Okay, very good, thank you.
Yeah.
I have one question regarding MTO. We are looking for solutions with different tenants. Is there a plan to have a shared email domain?
A shared email domain. That is one of the top customer requests we have.
Yeah,
and so we
need it.
We fully understand that that's something. So we're very much looking into that to help our customers more. So we can't announce anything at this time, but we are definitely investigating in those areas.
But you have no clue in half year, 1 year?
Oh, I couldn't say right now. I only work in marketing, so it's not up to me to determine what that engineering timeline looks like. That's my get out.
Okay.
Yeah, but
okay. Thank you.
We take it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. Okay, so is this enabled for partners accessing tenants, or is this only like an end customer thing?
Ooh, yeah, great question. So today this is focused on admin accounts that can access the M365 admin centers that we talked about. We are having conversations and working with the partner team for what that could look like when you expand to experiences like Lighthouse and others. But at the moment, we don't have anything to disclose on when or what that could look like at the time. Okay. That's a really great question.
Great, thank you.
We'll take one more.
I think so, yeah. We have time for one more.
Regarding MTO, will MTO support 21 ViaNet tenants as well?
21 ViaNet. So at this time, we don't have support for it, but as we continue to build out, we'll be looking to support in as many regions as we can. So we certainly take that feedback, though. Thank you.
Great.
All right.
Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah, with that, we're at time. Thank you all so very much.
Thank you all. Appreciate it. Have a good rest of the conference.